All right, I have some exciting updates to share. First of all, went back to cardiology. That's where we left off in this album. I did not get sick on my stress test. First of all, they don't make you jog. It's just a power walk on an incline, so I did okay. Second thing that's good news, my heart monitor, my 2-week Holter monitor, did show some sinus tachycardia, which we already knew about from seeing it on an EKG and an ECG. But what it did show is that it's not consistent. It comes and goes. So my heart rhythm does regulate, and nothing else really seemed abnormal about the Holter monitor. What's next? Oh, they also said that my heart rate does slow down at night when I sleep, as it should. So even though I had some sinus tachycardia in a resting state on some of my readings, my heart isn't beating too fast all the time when I'm in a resting state. So that's a huge plus. Let's see. Trying to remember what was next. Again, stress test did well. I reached my target heart rate. She said I had an exaggerated reaction to reaching my target heart rate, but then recovered quickly after. So an exaggerated reaction when it comes to me in every way, shape, or form is not a surprise. Not at this point. So, let's see. I seem to do well there, nothing alarming. And then the big good news is the echocardiogram showed a very normal result. Everything's the size it's supposed to be and doing what it's supposed to be doing. She said one valve may have spilled just a smidge of blood, but to a point where it's common and not a concern. She doesn't think I'm gonna need any kind of valve replacement in my life or anything like that. So ultimately, the feedback I got when I went back to cardiology is you have a good heart. Your heart's in good shape right now. So that was a huge relief. She said that it's probably all the cardiovascular-like symptoms that I've experienced are more likely related to my rheumatological issues, which we already knew I had rheumatological issues, so it's no new news. There's nothing additional to address. So that's good. Also, now how this actually relates to and pertains to this whole fantasy I have of making this fitness comeback and this athletic comeback is I pretty much just got a cardiologist's green light to go. She said my heart looks good enough, everything looks good enough to where it is safe for me to push a little bit again. So, and she said, I probably just got really deconditioned because of the rheumatology issues, which, yeah. All right, so moving on, go back to my allergist. I'm on 5 different medications. We tried 6. 1 I didn't respond very well to, so I stopped it. 5 are going very well. And the funny thing is, my chemical and environmental skin test, allergy testing, all came back negative. I'm not actually allergic to anything. But she explained how, especially chronically ill people, immunocompromised people, can be very, just highly sensitive to irritants. And immunology and rheumatology are very, the immune system and immunology is very connected. So basically, we want to kind of try to open my airways better and calm down my histamine system. And to me, that makes sense because I have an overreactive immune system. So if my histamine reaction is going wacky, overreactive too, I wouldn't be shocked. So it's almost like I'm having allergy-like symptoms and have for so long, but I'm not actually allergic to anything that we know of. Yeah, been thoroughly tested. And there was a time where I definitely thought I was allergic to several different things. But I didn't know about my autoimmunity then, so I didn't know there were other things causing it, and it just seemed like allergies. Anyway, moving on. She got me another nasal spray that's a histamine, so I have that and the steroidal one. I have a albuterol inhaler to use as needed, and I'm taking 2 different antihistamines a day, twice a day each. But I gotta say, like, my respiratory system, my sinuses, my breathing, everything has been so much better, even like itching. So it's definitely kind of treating some of the symptoms, and that can be really good with autoimmunity because just a little upset or stress in the body, the littlest reaction can trigger your immune system and then have all these other reactions that you don't want. All right, last piece of good news. Oh, and then of course, if the allergist has me breathing better, that's gonna be better for getting my endurance back and doing cardio and aerobics, and not needing 5,000 tissues as I used to in the gym. The last thing, all right, the last great thing is I went back to my rheumatologist. And the first thing that's just a very big relief for me personally, no more referrals right now. She said she don't think we need any more referrals right now. It has been for like 2 years, rheumatology, and then go back to primary for these referrals. Go see this specialist and this specialist, come back, bring the results. That's just been constant. And this was the first time I went back to rheumatology, and I asked if I'm gonna have to go back to primary for any more referrals to rule out anything else. And she said, no, not right now. Maybe not no forever, but not right now. So I get a break. No more referrals, no more specialists. I just go back to rheumatology in 3 months. That's a huge relief. We stay on the hydroxychloroquine. We try to use steroids as little as possible, but use them as needed. We have gabapentin and Flexerol as needed. We have a lot of medication. I will do a video and go through my medication, but that's for a different video. The point I wanted to make here was just the most recent updates. My rheumatologist did a lab check-in, and I looked at my CBC panel. It's the best lab results I've seen in a couple of years. Like, so many things that were out of normal range, like either high or low, just flags all over the place. Everything's in normal range. And she rechecked my kidney function, of course. That's doing really good. There's no protein. My creatine level's normal. C-reactive protein's normal. And my GFR is 116, so that's still an awesome number. Even my oxygen went up. I'll have to do a video where I compare old labs to new labs, and what they tell me is the medications that this rheumatologist and some other specialists have me on is really working. I mean, my levels are just balancing out. My electrolytes are finally balancing out. And not only does it show in the lab reports, I can feel the difference. I feel so much better. So anyway, how that all pertains to this comeback attempt, pursuit, I should call it, not attempt, is I can really start pushing myself physically again to get reconditioned and to get back in shape and to, get my old body back. So my inflammatory markers, my lymphs are normal. We got all the inflammation out of my body. So I'm very excited. I had to take it slow this month. We did not walk a lot. I stretched a lot, but like I said in my last video, the lights in some of these facilities really affect me poorly. So there were days where I had to wake up, take my morning meds, and just go back to bed. There were days where, I was just recovering, just sleeping a lot, nothing drastic. It was a little stiffer and tighter this month. So mainly we were just getting through these medical appointments. And the great thing is I don't have any more referrals. My primary care provider has certain scripts she refills for me, and other than that, my rheumatologist said I come back in 3 months, and pretty much all we do now is just screen and monitor the disease, but no here, there, everywhere, brain scans, hooking you up, and just a gazillion tests and blood work, and all that is at least for now, a nice stretch that's over. And I can just focus on kind of getting my fitness back, getting back in shape, because that's really what I want. And now I can do that with medical clearing from multiple specialists that I am ready to start exerting myself again. So like I said, it's been a slower month. I don't have much for you. I did go to the treadmill and the bike at the leasing office once recently, and I was able to jog for over a minute, which so far I've only been able to jog for a minute. That's a little bit of progress right there. Outside of that, I haven't done much but stretch. Like I said, I haven't even gone for many walks. I think I went for one walk this whole month. So a little bit slower, but now that we took care of everything we had to take care of medical, I can really focus in on the consistency of pursuing this goal, and I am going to come back to whatever extent my body will allow me to. So I'm actually going to be heading over to the leasing office to get back on the treadmill and bike today. As soon as I'm done recording this, maybe I'll record it, maybe I'll just tell you how it went, we'll see. And then hopefully I'm looking to get back into some actual workouts and walking the end of this month. And I would like to get to the pool soon. I want to start swimming again. I think I mentioned that in another video. But anyway, the whole point of this was just to update you guys. There's not many workout videos this month. There's not a lot of walks. I have the medical updates, and we're picking up from here. And like I said, half this month was just recovering. So, but I'm feeling good, feeling ready. I'm feeling very relieved, of course, at the fact that nothing's wrong with my heart. And as far as my autoimmune disease, we're just at the point of screening and monitoring versus having to see all of these doctors. So I will have a lot less stress and a lot more time on my hands to kind of get pieces of my life back that all of this just took over. So, all right. I think that's it for now.